Alright guys, now let's see one demo on media queries. So for that purpose, here I have taken one index.html file and here we have our style.css file. And if you look at our page, that looks something like this. This time we are going to start from the very beginning. So we will create one page, we will make it responsive using flexible containers, flexible columns. Then we will make adaptive using media queries. And at the end we will have one fully responsive website. So let's get started. So very first thing, inside our body, let's have one header tag, and inside the header let's take one container. Okay, now let's have one anchor tag for our brand. So here inside let's say brand, and then let's have one nav tag. Inside the nav tag, ul li anchor tag. We will have few navigational links, say home. All right, now let's have few more items. Create a home, about, let's say gallery, and this is our header. Let's have a look here how it looks. Okay, cool. Now do we have, okay, we need to change the path of the style.css file. That's it. Not media, it will be style sheet and then style.css file. Save this, then give it a refresh. Here we have, first of all, we are going to create one flexible container. So we know how to we create a flexible container. The container plays very important role to make a responsive website. So you will have to pay attention how we create containers, and you will have to use it also accordingly in the standard HTML document. So your container will say max width of say 1200 pixel, margin 0 auto, we'll say width of 100% also, and then padding 0.32 pixel. Save this. Now let's give it a refresh. Okay, here we have our, and let's apply flex to our container, so that, so we'll have one class of flex actually. Flex, we'll say display flex, justify content space between, and align items will say individually, say item center, align items center. Save this, then apply the classes flex item center, give it a refresh. Nice. Now let's get them here also, class flex item center, give it a refresh. Nice. All right, so for the ul, let's say list style none. Okay, done. All right, now let's, from here we'll start our header. Background color, let's say primary, padding top and bottom 16 pixel, left and right 0. So now let's have a look here. No changes, we don't have header class. So this is our header, then header anchor tag, color say white, and to all the anchor tag we'll say text decoration none. Nice. Now here to the nav anchor tag, we will say font size of say 20 pixel, text decoration, not text decoration, text transform uppercase, and nav li, margin left of 32 pixel. Have a look. Okay, no changes. Do we have some problem? We haven't saved our HTML file. Done. Cool. And to the brand here, say 44 pixel. Save it. Yes, we have a brand. Let's decrease the font size a bit. 36. We'll say the color of secondary. Okay, no changes. No color changes actually. Do we have secondary? Yep. Here we have secondary and secondary. Something. Yeah, here the header anchor tag is more specific than this brand only. So we can make it more specific. We'll say header brand. Yes, cool. Let's increase the font weight also. Say 700. Okay. We have brand, home, about, gallery. Now after this we will have our hero section. Inside this hero section we will have one article, then we'll have one gallery section. After the gallery we will have one footer. Thereafter we will make it responsive, or you can say adaptive. All right, so let's have the next section. Not section, it should be section only, not class section actually. So here let's have container div. Okay, instead of saying container, let's take article tag. Here also article, and this would be img assets, not a style sheet, it should be media. Then say copy mark, and another div for the heading. Let's say h1. We will say heading of the article. Yes, and a paragraph, and one anchor tag to just read more link. Yeah, read more, and here we will make a button. Save this, give it a refresh. Yep. Why didn't we get our image? Yeah, we got it here. It's a bit slow. All right, no problem. Now we will first of all create columns, and this time our column should be flexible. So we know how to create flexible flexible columns. We will make columns using percentage, either width 100% or 50%, or we will be applying flex properties for the flex, grow, flex, shrink, and flex basis. So here let's say columns. I'm using flex class. We'll say flex 48, and we'll say flex of 0, 1, and 48%, and then we'll have a few more column, say 30% of columns. Flex 30, we'll say here flex of 0, 1, 30%, and have width full also, width of 100%. Yep. All right, now let's first of all apply class here. Say article, here we'll apply flex to get them in a single line, and this should be class of flex 48, and similarly this would be also a class of 48, flex 48. Now let's give it a refresh. Okay, here we have now width of full. For the image we will make it full width so that it should not go outside the container or outside the column. So the class width full. Save this, then give it a refresh. Nice. Here we have, now let's get them align center. So we'll say item center, and we'll also have apply class of padding. So here let's say padding top and bottom, say 50 pixel, left and right 0. Hit refresh. Nice. Okay, let's start styling it. Article, so we'll say heading font size 36 pixel and color would be secondary. Yeah, and margin bottom not required right now. Have a look. Okay, let's apply the class of heading also. Heading, give it a refresh. Nice. Now for the paragraph, let's say font size of 18 pixel and for anchor tag, that is BTN. Padding top and bottom 12 pixel, left and right say 32 pixel. Background color tertiary, color would be white. Display inline block. Yep. Yeah. Save this. Give it a refresh. Nice. Now let's apply some amount of margin from top of say 16 pixel. All right. Okay, let's increase the font size of paragraph a bit more. Let's say 20 pixel. Yes. All right, this is our article. After this article, let's have one gallery section. So to the article here, let's apply some background color of say Alice blue. Give it a refresh. So we already have Alice blue to our body, so now this time we don't need background color to our body. Here, give it a refresh. Okay, cool. After this, let's have the gallery section. So section, another section. Inside the gallery section we will have 3 columns, and those 3 columns will be containing 3 different images. So here say D, to the D we will say img assets media gallery 01. So here also let's say gallery 01, copy and paste 3 times. Save this. This should be 02, not that one, this one 02 and 02, and this should be 03. Save this. Do it a refresh. Okay, we have images. Let's apply the class of padding also. Padding. Do it a refresh. Now we have 3 different columns, and inside this column we have 3 different images. So first of all we need them in a single line, so we will say flex class, and here for each and every D we need 30% of column. So that's why here I have taken that class flex 30 30 30 and 30 30 30 3 times, it becomes 90, and 10% of will be gap between them. So let's apply class of flex 30, and all the image should be taking a space according to its column in which it is wrapped. So for that purpose we will be saying class of width full. Okay, so here, 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 and this class for the image here and here. Perfect. Now save this, give it a refresh. Alright, now we have 3 columns, and as we can see these images, the last image is somewhat smaller than these two images. So if we want this image should be taking the height according to these two columns, we can say to this image height of 100%. In fact, we can say all the images height of 100%. So here we'll say height of 100%. Okay, now it is taking. All right, so we can also one thing apply, we can say object fit cover, so that we will not see the distorted image. Give it a refresh. All right, yeah, this is fine. Let's have some heading also here. So inside the container, let's have here only h2. We will say gallery, and to the h2 here. Give it a refresh. Here it will be coming because it is not inside the container. But anyway, we don't have to wrap it inside the container because we will be needing exactly in center. So it won't be go outside the container anyway. So for the h2 here, let's say font size first 30, not 30, just say 24 pixel, and we will say color of primary, text align center with refresh. Yep, let's increase the font size, say 36 pixel. Okay, font weight 700 and margin bottom of say 12, not 12, say 24 pixel. Yes, nice gallery. Let's have the footer also. So here after this, actually after the main, footer, container, inside the container, small tag, and copy 2020, say alt campus. Save this, give it a refresh. Okay, here we have, let's start with the footer. Footer we will say background color of primary color would be white, and text align again center. No changes. Why? Give it a refresh once again. Okay, still okay, we don't have footer class. Now we have some amount of padding, top and bottom, 24 pixel, left and right 0. Yes, nice. Increase the font size also. Font size we will say 24 pixel. Yes. Alright guys, our layout is ready. Now we need to make our layout responsive. So before making it responsive, we will check whether it is responsive or flexible or not. Responsive layout or flexible layout we have taken or not. It would be responsive just because we have taken each and everything flexible. The width of the column is in percentage, the width of the container is like max width, so it would be flexible. So let's check it out. Let's decrease the size. Nice, it is decreasing. Perfect, it is responsive, it is responding according to the changes we are making the screen sizes. Now we just need to break the columns so that for the smaller devices it should be in another column. So for that purpose, first of all, let's work on the hero section first, or the article first. We will break them. So what do we need? Now we need, for the smaller devices, we need 100% column. So it should be at the top and this should be at the bottom. Like it should be taking 100% width. Now these two columns are taking, 48%, and these three columns are taking 30%. But when we reach to the small devices, maybe below 768 pixel, it should be taking 100% width of the column or 100% of the row. So this should be single rows. So let's do that. So we need one thing here. So now we are making our layout adaptive. So let's define media queries. Media screen will say and max width of 768 pixel, and thereafter inside these curly braces inside the query, now we need all the columns should be taking 100%. So instead of applying for each and for these columns, say here flex 48, flex 30 with full, what we can do, we can apply one class. Okay, let's not get confused. So whatever these columns here we are having, we have flex 48, flex 30, we will make it flex 100%. So here we'll say flex 48 as well as flex 30. It should be taking flex of 0, 1 and 100%. In fact, here you can say 1. It should be growing. It can grow. Anyway, it will be taking 100% of it. Now save this, give it a refresh. Okay, below the 768 pixel, our these columns should be taking width of 100%. No, it is not taking. We have applied, but let's see here to the flex 48. Do we have width of 100 or flex of 100% or not? Okay, where we have flex 48. Yeah, flex 48, flex 30, it is taking flex 100%, and it is overwritten, but it is not, but we do not say whether it is taking our 100% or not, just because we haven't wrapped it. So let's wrap it also. So for the flex class only, we can say flex wrap. Save this. Now give it a refresh. Yeah, now it is breaking. Now it is taking one column. So now we can apply for each and every column, say margin of top and bottom. We just need to say 0. Okay, top and bottom will say 16, 24 pixel, left and right is 0. Have a look. Okay, we have a gap. Nice. So this is how actually we work with the responsive web design part. We make our layout responsive. We directly define each and everything we design for the normal view, and then whenever we need to break the column or whenever we need to style it according to devices, we can break the column applying the media queries. So this is how actually we do. Okay, so that's the media queries and that's the responsive web design part here. Alright guys, so this is all about the media queries, and we have seen one demo how we actually make our layout responsive and adaptive, and then we get a fully functional responsive web pages. Okay, let's check out our layout on different devices also. So here let's inspect it. Now here we'll say Moto Z4. So this is how it is looking. Okay, and even if we look at here, the font size also looks bigger for the mobile devices or for small devices. We can work on that part also. So we'll have to reduce the font size on small devices. Again, we will target the font size on, like here inside the media query, we will change the font size. But before that, let's check out for different devices. We'll say Galaxy S5, nice. Say iPhone 5. Okay, cool. And here let's say iPad. Okay, for the iPad this is nice. Let's make it 75%. Yeah, okay. And here let's say iPad Pro, how it looks. Okay, that's nice. All right, so okay, now let's make this brand as well as home, about, gallery, like in different rows. So for that purpose, here inside the 768 pixel we will say we'll take one class of column. They will say flex direction column. Now what do we need? This brand as well as home, about, gallery in columns. Actually right now these are in, you can say here header, these are flex, so that's why these are coming in a single line, but it is not able to wrap it, so that's why it is coming in next line, but it is not looking good. So for that purpose let's apply that class to our here container. Will say column, save this, give it a refresh. Yeah, in a column. And similarly again we need here also column, but we don't need margin left to nav li, so we will override below 768 pixel. We'll say nav li, we'll say margin left of 0. Okay, that left is gone, margin left is gone. Brand, home, gallery, sorry, about and gallery. Now this padding is looking a bit bigger here. Let's make it 100% first, not 75, 100. Yeah, this gap is looking a bit bigger for the larger devices, sorry, for the smaller devices. We can decrease the padding also. For the padding class, say padding top and bottom, this time 40 pixel. Yep, nice. And instead of saying margin top and bottom 24 pixel, we'll say 16 pixel. Yes, this is fine. Now we just need to work on the font size. So for the brand here, font size will say 24 pixel. Similarly for the heading also, so we can write in the same line actually. Save this, give it a refresh. Okay, it is not working. Is it working? Brand heading font size 24 pixels. Let's check it out. Inspect. No, it is still taking header brand. We need to target them, as we are taking here where we have header brand. So similarly we have to take in the media queries also if we want to override it. Header brand, save this, then give it a refresh. Perfect, header brand. Now let's work on the nav anchor tag, that is header anchor tag. Font size will say 14 pixel. Yes, okay, cool. And okay, this is reduced now. I think there's a large amount of padding here. Let's see that. Out here, flex 48 to the container, flex wrap. Okay, let's check out our padding here. Okay, all around we need just from top and bottom. Yeah, now this is fine. All right, so for the gallery also, let's decrease the h2. Actually here we have h2. Let's decrease the font size. We'll say 24 pixel. Yep. Now this is looking nice. So okay, for the footer also, footer font size we will be seeing say 14 pixel. Great. Okay, this is how it looks on small devices, say iPhone 5. Perfect, looking nice. For iPad Pro, for the iPad Pro this is nice, and for the iPad, okay, All right, great. All right, guys, I hope you got the idea how we work on the responsive web design as well as how we make our layout responsive. Okay, so now we have the idea that we have, first of all, we will create our layout, and then we will make the changes, or we will override the properties and values that we have applied normally using media queries for the different devices.